Guys, welcome back to episode 9 of Strive to Survive. In this episode, we're going to go looking for some sugarcane. That way we can get our library for the upstairs of our house started. So let's go ahead and look for that. Also, we're going to do a little bit more branch mining. But first, let's kind of head along the coast here and see if we can't find some sugarcane and maybe get into some trouble with the skeleton or two. There we go. We're also going to need some more wood, so we'll end up coming back and cutting down our oak trees here, and it looks like there's some sugar cane if we go this way, so let's go head over there. And we'll make our way over that way real quick. And I think it's right around this bend. There we go. It looks like there's even more in the distance there. Let's go ahead and cut that down. That got us 8 pieces, and let's go grab the rest of it over here. We got some clay here too, so we'll probably gather that as well, and then we'll kind of show some of the cool. That's weird. Water's pulling us in over there. Oh, we'll show some of the cool things that you can do with clay. There we go. We got some coal up there and a weird hanging formation above our heads. That's kind of strange, but let's make sure that we have that shovel will do us a little bit of good, I think. So let's go under here, and there's a lot of clay over there. So one of the things about interesting, one of the things about clay is since it's underwater, it's kind of hard to get because everything you do while you're underwater takes more time. So what we're gonna do to kind of speed things along is we'll put a dirt block there, then climb up on the dirt block. Now see how fast that is? Now if we're down in the water and try to do it, see, it takes a lot longer. So it's a lot easier to be standing on a dirt block if you can while gathering the clay. Now over here it's going to be kind of tricky. We'll have to put a dirt block down, and then we should be able to gather most of this from our block. Now, one of the things you can do with clay is you can make hardened clay, which is a building material. You can also make bricks, which are building materials. But you can make some cool things for your house, like pots for plants, and that's about it. There's not really that many uses for clay other than kind of decorative building materials, so that's why we won't spend a whole bunch of time gathering it, but I figured I would show you guys a little bit of the the differences in gathering clay when you're up above the water and down below. And I'm not even going to try doing it with my hand because it's going to take way too long. And there's more clay over here. Eventually we'll come back and grab all this. Maybe we'll work on some cool brick structure or something with hardened clay. But for now, we're just going to grab what we have here. And we got quite a bit. I mean, we got 2.5, well, 2.25 stacks just from that little bit that we did. So the only problem with clay is to make anything good, you kind of have to use a lot of it. So the 2.5 stacks that we got really don't amount to all that much. It's kind of deceiving. There's some weird blocks missing there. I don't know what was going on with that. But let's go back, we'll get another shovel, then we'll plant this sugar cane. and we'll use the sugarcane to make sugar and also to make paper for books. So let's go ahead and we'll get the shovel first, and I'm going to need more sticks. I always need sticks. Let's just make, there we go. We'll make a shovel and we'll put that over there. We've got 11 pieces of sugarcane, so let's go plant that. Now sugarcane can be planted on dirt or sand, it doesn't matter. I don't believe there's any advantage to planting on either material, but one of the requirements is it has to be touching a water block. Like these get irrigation even as far back as 4 blocks. Now you can see I can place the sugarcane along the bank here. I can place it there, I can place it here, but I can't place it right there because there's no water block touching that. So now I could have left those there. There was no real reason to dig them up, but I kind of want to put them in these nice little sand planters that I created specifically for the sugarcane. So there's all of our sugarcane that we have right now. What we'll do is it'll grow up, and it can grow up to 4 high, I believe. So when we go to harvest this, we'll always just leave the bottom row here. We'll just go along and knock it out here and leave the bottom row so we don't end up having to replant it. So that's the basics of sugarcane. Let's see, we've got some more wheat. Let's go feed our cows because we're going to need their leather to make the books that we want to make, and possibly even to make some more armor. And we got 4 more pieces. I think there's, there we go. So we're getting quite the cattle farm here going. We'll hang on to these last 2 pieces. Let's eat a piece of chicken. And yeah, we'll head down into the mine now. I want to drop this clay off first though. It's just going to take up some inventory spots that we don't really need to take up. And do we have any? I was going to take some oak leaves and plant them outside just as decoration, but we don't have any oak wood, so I'm going to wait to do that, and I'll probably do that off camera. Yeah, let's drop off all this stuff that we're not going to need down in the mine. That way we have as many inventory spots available as possible. We've already got an iron pick, so we'll leave all of our iron up here. We're going to take this cobblestone with us, and we'll take that. Not going to need the shears down there, that's for sure. We'll keep the dirt on our bar, that way in case we have to fill any holes. And let's go ahead and just make another pick right now, because we're definitely going to use a bunch of picks down there. And let's head down. We got a nice squid swimming around in our little pond over here. So, alright, let's head down there real quick. And we're heading down to y equals 14 because that level statistically will have the most amount of good ores in it. So as you can see, we're at y equals 14 right now, and we haven't done much since the last time we were down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing a little bit more branch mining, and if something interesting happens, I'll start recording again. Otherwise, I'm just going to go along, do some branch mining, and gather some resources. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, we are back, and nothing too important really happened. I did run into a couple more silverfish going down this way, but nothing that we couldn't handle. So now we're back. We're working our way down this tunnel. It's actually right across from the first tunnel we started. So we're heading down this way, and we found some iron here, but this is what I wanted to show you. Underneath all this gravel that we dug out, there's some redstone. So we can't get redstone with our stone pick. This is in the same realms as the gold is. We need to use our iron pick to get it. So we'll grab this, and what we'll use the redstone for is some of our projects later on that require power. And I just want to make sure that there's no more down here. No, there's not. But some of the projects that require power we'll need the redstone for. So let's keep going down this way and see if we run into anything else. I also picked up an emerald down one of those other mine shafts, and we can use those to trade with villagers if we ever find any. But right now the emerald's not very useful for us. So I'm honestly surprised that we're not running into more redstone at this depth. Usually Y14 is pretty rich, and we're kind of just running into a bunch of cobble. But yeah, there we go. There's some more emeralds there, so you can get an emerald with basically whatever, but we'll just do that to make it quicker. And I believe emeralds are always only in blocks of 1. They don't really have the same type of like veins that coal or iron would have, or even diamonds or gold for that matter. They're just, I think they're always just found in groups of 1. But yeah, that's just gravel. So I think that's far enough down that tunnel, because we did come down this one pretty far. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to gather up some more of this iron that's sitting over here, and then I'll start down a couple more tunnels. But I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, we're back again, and we're just one tunnel over from where I was, and you can see we found some gold, we found some redstone, but the real reason I'm here is I want to show you guys a cool way to get rid of all this disgusting gravel here. And what you do is you go down, so there's where the gravel starts. Let me put up a torch because it might be a little hard for you guys to see. So there's where the gravel starts. Now, of course, there's only 2 pieces here. We've been dealing with a lot more than 2, but this will still be a decent demonstration. So that's stone. We'll go one below that, and we'll put a torch. And then if we break this block, the gravel will be broken by the torch. So it's a good tactic if you have a lot of gravel, like say here for instance. If we go down here, we put a torch, and we have all that gravel above us. Go like that, all the gravel's gone. So it's a nice little tactic to get rid of gravel so you're not sitting there digging with your shovel. So I just figured I'd share that with you guys. But I'm going to finish mining all this ore that we're finally finding, and then I'll meet you guys back up at the house where we'll start smelting all this and go from there. Alright guys, see you in a bit. Alright guys, back again. And so we've got another silverfish here. It sounds like there might be more somewhere close. But the real reason I brought you guys back is to show you this. This is lapis. And lapis is a blue ore, and it can be used to dye wool and to make blue lapis blocks, which are more for decoration than anything else. One of the interesting characteristics to it is you can break it with a stone pick, which unlike those other ores that we've been finding down here, you can't do that. So, but other than that, lapis is kind of useless. It's more for decoration than anything else, and I could be wrong with that, but I haven't found another use for it. It's just more a decorative block, and it can be used for dyeing sheep or dyeing wool. And we'll go over that at some point, is the difference between dyeing a piece of wool and then just full-on dyeing a sheep blue, and then every time you shear it, you will get blue wool from it. But that's something for a different episode. I'm going to finish up this tunnel, because it seems like this is all still that same tunnel. It's pretty interesting. There's a lot of silverfish in it and a lot of unique ores, so I'm just gonna finish going down here. Yep, ran into some redstone. So this we will need our iron pick for. There seems to be quite a bit of it, and you can hear that zombie. Well, at least I can hear that zombie. I don't know if you guys can. Volume might be a little low for that, but yeah, there's definitely a zombie somewhere around here, and I can also hear lava flow somewhere around here. It sounds like skeletons as well, so if I had to guess, there's probably a cave opening somewhere near us. And I'm just going to go a little bit further here, and then we'll head back and start down a different row. Yeah, let's go ahead. It sounds like that's coming maybe from our left here, so we might run into it in this next row. Man, there's no more ores along here, so we're back to our main tunnel here. And I'm just going to start down this path and just keep doing this, gathering up the ores as we go. And as you can see, we're getting a lot of cobble doing it this way. So we're not going to be hurting for cobble. We got some iron, we got some gold, the lapis, we got a decent amount of redstone too out of this. So all in all, and we got 2 emeralds. All in all, this is a pretty successful mining trip. I would have liked to get some diamonds, but there's always next time. So I'm just going to hang out down here a little bit longer, guys, and then I'll meet you back up at the house, and we'll take a overview of everything that we gathered. So give me a couple minutes, and I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I'm back, and as you can see, we have found a little bit of a cave. We're going down this path over here. This is that same path that I left you guys on a couple seconds ago. So I'm going to investigate it a little bit. And it's a good thing we did, because look, there's redstone right there. But one of the risks here is we just kind of popped up in the middle of everything. We don't really know what's around us. And it's very easy to, fall like we just did into a hole. So that's actually where the last cave stopped, and I'm not sure how we didn't notice this. It must have just been really dark. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put another block here so we know this is the way that we came in, just in case we get turned around in this structure. Let's check over here. Just kind of clear the areas near us. And what I'm kind of hoping for is some lava down here. I'm hoping to find some diamonds close to the lava. But so far, no luck. I want to take care of this skeleton really before we do too much else, because I don't want him shooting us into the lava. And it sounds like he's actually burning. So yeah, there could be stuff down that way. We'll probably end up going down there later. Ooh, there's a creeper. We definitely don't want to be in here, because then he can blow up. So let's go ahead and do this. That way. Yeah. And that's okay, because we just landed down in this water, so no big deal. He just ended up clearing away some of this cobble for us, so not a big deal at all. But let's go and check down this way, see if we can't find something cool. Like I said, we want to check like along the lava, and hopefully we'll get some. That's interesting. That's a piece of cobble right there. And usually there's not cobble. Cobble isn't a natural. There we go. So we'll plug that up. Cobble doesn't spawn naturally, so I'm kind of interested in how that got there. It can be created though when lava and water mix, so that maybe that's how it got there. Ooh, a zombie behind us. We gotta be careful down here with summoning these zombies, rather, because basically if you fight them, it's going to call a whole bunch more, and we're down here, there's a bunch of lava we can get knocked into. Yep, like that. So we got to be kind of careful. And I think for now, we're carrying a lot of nice stuff on us. No diamonds or anything, but still, it's a lot of nice stuff. So we're going to make a trip back to the surface, drop off all our stuff, and then maybe next episode we'll come down and take a look at this cave a little bit more. But for now, I'm going to head back up to the house, so I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, we are back at the house. I took some time because it was nighttime when we got back up, and I smelted all of our stuff. And here's the final haul from that little mining excursion. We got a ton of gravel, mostly using the torch method that I showed you guys. A lot of coal, 3 emeralds, a lot of cobble, and doing branch mining, you're naturally going to get a lot of cobble. But we got a lot of cobble. We got some lapis, we got some redstone, and we got some gold. And one last thing I want to show you guys before we call it the end of this episode. If you're carrying a bunch of redstone on you, like this, you can convert it into a redstone block to save space. And then if you place the redstone block back in there, you'll get the 9 redstone that you took to convert it. The same is true for coal and lapis. So I'll show you that real quick with coal. We get a coal block, convert it back, and the same is true with lapis. Lapis block, convert it back. We could actually do the same thing with gold if I had 9 blocks. Unfortunately, I only have 8. But it's also true with iron. We can make an iron block and convert it back. So it's an easy way to end up carrying a little bit more in your inventory. If I had a lot of iron, for example, I can carry a lot more iron blocks than I could iron ingots. So it's kind of handy for when you're mining and you have a crafting table handy. Then you can go ahead and just convert it into blocks, and then when you don't need it in block form anymore, just go ahead and convert it back. But that's all for this episode, guys. The next episode, I'm going to do a little bit of off-camera farming, maybe try to get some leather and some more chicken meat. And I'm going to cut down some trees because we're starting to run a little bit low on wood. As you guys can see, the sugarcane's growing, so I might go and harvest that as well, and then I'll show you guys how to make books. We're really looking for some diamonds so we can make a diamond pickaxe and grab some of the obsidian, because we need obsidian to make a crafting table. And as you can see, our little green bar at the bottom of the screen there is filling up. We have 25 levels of experience that we could spend on enchanting right now. And as it goes up, it's harder to get experience. So the first 20 so levels are real quick to get the experience, but after you hit level 30 or so, it becomes significantly harder to get the experience. It'll take killing more mobs and gathering more resources just to get the same amount of experience. So we kind of want to get a crafting table so we could put some lower level enchants on our weapons and armor and stuff like that, because it's just being wasted right now. So that's something that's going to be a goal for a following episode though. So for now, guys, thanks for watching.